Would you ever shave your head for love? For one woman, it wasn't just about a haircut. It was about trust, sacrifice, and an unexpected journey of self-discovery. She made the ultimate decision to please her husband. But the outcome wasn't quite what either of them expected. Stay with me to the end for this captivating tale of courage, transformation, and a little regret.
I loved my long hair. It was my identity. People didn't just notice me, they noticed my hair. Every compliment, every lingering glance, every whispered envy from my friends, it all came back to my hair. Guys I dated would say, "Never cut it, promise me, never cut it." And for years, I kept that unspoken promise. But what they didn't know was how exhausting it all was. Endless shampoo bottles, conditioners, detangling sprays. And don't get me started on the rituals, brushing it before bed, and a complete disaster if I skipped a wash. It was like wearing a golden crown of shame. Sometimes, I envied women with short hair who could just wake up and go. When I got married, I thought my husband might worship my hair like the others had. But oddly enough, he didn't. He liked my hair, sure, but it wasn't his obsession. That is, until one evening after dinner when he let slip a confession that left me speechless. He told me he loved watching women get their hair cut, not just trims or styling. He was fascinated by drastic haircuts. And then, after some hesitation, he admitted he'd always dreamed of convincing a woman to shave her head completely bald. I laughed at first, thinking it was a joke, but then I saw his face flush red with embarrassment. He wasn't joking. I didn't know how to respond. It was such a peculiar thing to admit. But I loved him, and I wanted to make him happy. So, after some soul-searching, and maybe a glass or two of wine, I said I'd do it. His eyes lit up like a kid on Christmas morning. He didn't waste any time. The very next day, we were at his friend's old-school barber shop. Before I knew it, I was sitting in the chair, draped in a heavy cape, with my husband across from me holding his phone to record it all. The clippers roared to life. My pulse quickened, and my heart felt like it might leap out of my chest. The barber started at the front, running the clippers straight down the middle of my head from front to back. I watched in stunned silence as my hair, a lifetime of length and memories, piled in my lap. I thought I'd cry, but instead I started laughing, hysterically, probably from shock. The barber worked quickly, his hands steady, as more and more of my hair fell away. When he finished with the clippers, I reached up and touched my scalp. It was exhilarating, smooth, cool, and alien. But he wasn't done. He wrapped a hot towel around my head to soften the remaining stubble, and then lathered my scalp with shaving cream. I caught my husband's gaze. His hands were trembling as he held his phone. Was that excitement or fear? The straight razor came next. The barber was meticulous, gliding the blade across my scalp with precision. By the time he was done, I was completely bald. Not a single strand left. He applied some aftershave. Ouch. And a soothing balm that smelled faintly of eucalyptus. When I looked in the mirror, I barely recognized myself. But strangely, I loved it. For the first time in years, I felt free. No hair to style, no products to buy, just me. That week was a whirlwind of reactions. People stared. Some asked questions. A few whispered behind my back, assuming I'd lost a bet or been punished by my husband. I assured everyone it was my choice, but the rumors only got wilder. Then came the twist. One evening, as my hair began to grow back into a shadowy stubble, my husband casually joked about trying a retro perm when it got longer. I paused, and something clicked inside me. "No," I said. "I think I'll keep it shaved." The look on his face was priceless, a mix of shock, confusion, and maybe a little regret. He'd wanted to witness a transformation, but he hadn't expected it to stick. Now, every 2 months, I go back to that same barber for a fresh shave. It's become my new ritual, a symbol of freedom, of shedding expectations, of embracing who I truly am. And my husband, he's still getting used to it. But hey, he got what he wanted, just not in the way he expected.
Well, that turned out better than expected. For her, at least. As for her husband, he may have bitten off more than he could chew. What would you do in a case like this? Would you embrace the change or regret the risk? Well, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed these stories as much as I did. I've been getting a lot of questions from you all, and I really appreciate your support and comments. Our community is growing fast. And even though this is a faceless channel, if I can reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll do a Q&A session where I answer your most personal questions about me at the end of one of my stories. If we hit 10,000 subscribers, I'll seriously consider either cutting my hair short or getting a retro style perm. And if we make it to 100,000 subscribers, I'll let the community decide my haircut. My fate will be in your hands. How's that for a challenge? Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new segment. I can't wait to hear from you. And until next time, take care and stay confident.